Hey, we have some exciting news. If you follow my Instagram, you've probably seen it already, but Grayson, my husband, and I bought a van. We got a 2021 Ford Transit all-wheel drive, 148 wheel base, and the high roof. We actually ordered it back in March, but it just finally showed up a couple weeks ago, and it's been too cold here to do any projects, but it's finally warmed up. We got some supplies, and so we are going to do our first van build project. As you can see, it's just an empty metal shell. That's how we ordered it. We figured since we'd be building the whole thing out, we didn't want to mess with walls or anything we had to pull down. We got the 148 length wheelbase, not extended, so it fits in a regular parking spot, but we do have all-wheel drive and the high roof, so both Grayson and I can stand up in it, which is awesome. The other things that we added was, you can't see it, but we do have a window on the slider, window in the back. We put the little gear storage area up front, and very exciting, we've got a 12-volt outlet in the back so we can do some power. The first thing we're gonna do is install kill mat as a sound deadener, and since we've been driving around with it with the dog and the bikes in it for a couple weeks, it's gotten a little bit dirty. So step one is cleaning the surfaces we're gonna put the kill mat on. So it is already gotten cold enough that we're worried about the adhesive on the kill mat, so we're calling it quits for the day. But as you can see, we got kill mat on the side panels. So we're planning on doing the side panels, down on the wheel wells, and then up on the ceiling as well. Hey, we are taking a break from working on our van and going for a mountain bike ride today. We are at the Berm Trailhead in Tahoe Donner, and we're going to ride a section of the Donner Lake Rim Trail. This is the Armstrong segment of the Donner Lake Rim Trail. I've done a video on it before. I wouldn't have shuttled it, but this time we parked down at the Berm Trailhead and rode up for about 3¼ miles until we hit a little fire road. Now we're heading down. It's nice, it's almost all downhill. There's one little tiny bit towards the end, but almost all downhill from here. This is a fun bermy section, and we're gonna get to some views. So it's early December. We are, I don't know, 6,700 feet or so, and as you can see, there is no snow, which is a bummer. We got a big dump in October, which we needed, but it's pretty much all gone. Fingers crossed, the pattern is supposed to change soon, but we take advantage of the biking weather while I still can. So you'd think that the winter off season would be a great time to build out our van, and we are definitely doing some work on it. But one of the things that we've learned is a lot of the adhesives we need to use for like the floors and the insulation and all of that has to be 60 degrees for a period of time for the glue to cure, and we definitely are not having that up here right now. Even with no snow, it is still pretty cold, and our van does not fit in our garage, so we've done a few little projects when we can get an hour or two of 55-degree weather. We've started sticking in some of the soundproofing. That's as far as we've gotten. So one thing we did a little differently this time riding this trail was parking at the Baumgarten trailhead. It's a little higher up in TAHOE. In the past, when we've ridden from the bottom, we've parked at the Trout Creek trailhead, and I would highly recommend the Baumgarten trailhead parking instead. The Trout Creek, you're cutting off some climbing, and it's not like very exciting downhill, and a lot of it is cut that like chip material that's covered with for erosion control, I assume, but it's just really leg sapping on the way up and pretty boring on the way down. The climb up to do this as an out and back isn't too bad, but this little part, the gravel, loose gravel climb, is tiring. This section I appreciate my beefy tires. I've asked the guy up front and high roller 2 in the back, and I spend a lot of time thinking about how I want a faster rolling tire in the back, and I do, when this wears out I'm definitely gonna change it up, but every once in a while I really appreciate it. It doesn't happen to me very often anymore, but I just had one of those moments where my legs didn't get the memo that I was gonna drop my seat post, and I just like didn't pop back up, and then felt like a lot of work to get up. Whew. Legs are tired, but this is like my first mountain bike ride, probably close to a month. Oh, hello bear.